Hello guys, welcome back to Life with Polly. Me and Annabelle are taking a walk here down the road. You got a bug on your head? Let me get that bug off your head. There you go. Come on. We're taking a walk down the road, guys. It's nice out today. It's not too hot, not too cold. It's like 70 something degrees right now. It's been in the 80s here in New York. If you don't know, I live in Coxsackie, New York. Come here. I live in Coxsackie, New York, which is about 10 minutes from Catskill, New York. And I live outside in nature because I'm outside every day. I'm outside with Annabelle every day, all day usually. If you don't know about my channel, I moved out here by my daughter. My daughter's house is over there. She rents the house. She don't own the house, but she rents the house, and she's got a lot of property with it that she rents. And I decided to move closer to her because she's my next of kin, and I do have a lot of health issues. I have heart issues and things like that. And I also forgot to say, today is July 25th. It's Thursday, and it's after 5 p.m. The sun is still out, but it's getting ready to go down. I'm glad that the heat has not been that bad lately. It's only been in the 80s. It's been really nice to have this kind of weather. I know it's been getting hot all over. We had days here where it was 96 degrees with a feeling of 103. One day we had the feeling of 108 degrees. That was terrible to go through, especially with the dog. We did make it outside. I actually have a big fan that I usually put on us when we're outside. It makes it a little bit cooler. Not a lot cooler, but it makes it a little bit cooler. But yeah, we're just enjoying nature today and a nice cool breeze. As you can see, the trees are blowing. And of course they're still blooming because it's still summer. A lot of these trees are very old though. A lot of them are dying and falling down. As you can see here, there's one there that's pretty much dead. These are dead. They're slowly falling apart. Over here there was a tree down across this road here. Just the other day they had to come unblock this road and clean that up. And then yesterday, not yesterday, but the day before yesterday, a big piece of this tree fell. You see that crack up there? A big piece of this tree fell down right here. And it was kind of almost blocking the driveway here where I pull my car into. It was kind of almost blocking this. I had to move it that way. I had to kind of like stretch it over that way. It was too heavy to pick up because it's a really huge branch. If you see this bush here, it's all pressed down and knocked down. That's because a really big piece broke off of this tree up there. This tree is totally dead. All these trees over here are pretty much dead and falling apart. This one fell apart before I moved out here, and as you can see, there ain't much left to that tree. These trees over here are also falling apart and dying. But it's still beautiful out here, and I like it out here. I'm glad I'm out here. You know, this is an experience that I've never had before. I never lived, well, I can't really say that because when I was little, me and my mom did live in a car, in a vehicle, and were homeless for a while. I don't consider myself to be homeless though. This is how I wanted to live the rest of my life and be closer to my kids where they live. If you don't know why I don't live with my daughter, you can go back and watch those videos of that. I live on my own out here by my daughter. And I do use her electric and stuff, and I give her money towards her electric. Because I do have a tent inside the shed, and I also have a video of that. I got an air fryer in there. I got a toaster oven. I got a small coffee pot. I got a crock pot in there that I use to cook with and things like that. And I also have a small camper refrigerator now that I use in there. And now, of course, I have fans and things like that. I did stay in my 2007 Saturn Ion that I have here. I stayed in there for over a year before I bought a fishing tent, and I do have videos of that on my YouTube station, so if you want to see that, you can go back and look at that. It's really a fishing tent, but I bought it because it's insulated. It has like stuffing inside of it, so wintertime I won't have to leave here again. It will be cold, of course, here in New York. It could get down to 0 degrees, but the fishing tent is very well insulated, so I don't think I'm going to have a problem staying out here this winter. Last winter, I went to my brother's house in Albany for the winter, but it just didn't work out. So this year I decided to buy the fishing tent. The fishing tent was only $99 on Amazon. I do have a video of that if you want to see that. I just recently got a new muffler system for my car. That was $511. As you know, if you don't know and you're new here, I'm trying to save money for another vehicle, but I had to get this one fixed because this one is up for inspection in September of this year, of course, which is in a couple months, and I needed to get a couple things fixed before they can inspect it. And I also need 4 new tires. So I already did the muffler. That was $511 with tax and everything like that. And then August 2nd, I have an appointment to get all 4 new tires put on. Those are going to be about $340. That's to have them put on and to buy them, which is not too bad. And then probably, I think it's $25 for inspection or something like that, or $30. Not totally sure on that, but it's probably going to be about another $370. So a total of about $880 it costed me to fix this, to get it inspected, and it will be good until next September, another year. I'm hoping that right after winter I will have enough to buy another vehicle. As you can see, this vehicle is pretty good. There's no rust on it or anything, and that is because this car is all plastic. The only thing that's not plastic on this car is the hood of the car. This is a 2007 Saturn Ion, and the top of the car is not plastic. This is metal too. All this around here, the doors and everything are all plastic. But I live in New York, so as you know, New York winters are harsh on cars. Underneath the car is pretty rusted. In the back, on one of the floor panels, the floor panel is rusted right through. You can see right through the floor. And even the inspection station said I probably can get it inspected one more time, but that is it. It will have to be retired because the frame and everything is rusted so bad on this car. So that's what I'm working on now. I'm going to be getting tires August 2nd, and I'm going to be getting it re-inspected for a year. So I could save up more money for another vehicle. If you haven't watched my previous videos, I did have money saved up for a vehicle, and I was dumb. I jumped into a vehicle, and I ended up paying the guy $3,000 for the vehicle, and then come to find out the vehicle was no good. Now, I could have took the guy to court, and a lot of people told me to take him to small claims court and things like that. But even with taking somebody to small claims court, sometimes you do not get your money, even if you take them to small claims court. If you do not get your money, or they don't pay you your money, then you have to go by other means to get your money. You have to contact the sheriff's department. You got to have them serve papers, and you got to, then you got to go through the, if they continue not to pay you, then you got to go through the courts to get them to garnish the wages, and it's just a whole bunch of stuff, and I couldn't go through that, especially with all my health issues that I have. I have a lot of health issues. I have high blood pressure, high cholesterol. My heart is not good, and I just couldn't deal with it, So I took the $3,000 loss, and I learned my lesson. It was a hard lesson to learn. I don't know why I did that and jumped into something. I shouldn't have did that. I'm smart enough to where I should have known better. This car, I do most of the work myself. I didn't do the muffler myself because I didn't want to take the chance of having it falling off or doing something wrong. But usually I do all the work on my cars myself. I just put new brakes on this, Last summer, I put new brake pads, I put new brake rotors on this, and I put new brake shoes on the back. I do all that myself, and I get the parts myself. I put a new charcoal container on this to get the check engine light off. There was an evap line underneath. I have a video of that I cut that was plugged up. I had to clean that out. I put a new vent valve solenoid on this in the charcoal container. I put a new purge valve solenoid in the front of this. So I do a lot of the work myself. I should have caught myself, and I shouldn't have, shelled out that money for that car. I shouldn't have trusted the guy's word, but I did trust the guy's word on the car. And it was just a big mistake. But I learned from my mistake, guys. It was a $3,000 mistake, and it was a hard mistake because when you're on SSI disability, I'm not on SSI. I'm on disability. I'm on straight disability because I worked quite a few years before I got on disability. I get more than the regular person. I get like double what somebody else gets on SSI. Almost double. Not quite. And it is hard to save for a big ticket item. Like I said, I'm trying to save for a car right now, an SUV, van, possibly something like that. Not sure yet. I'm thinking about it, and but I got time to think about that and time to save money for that. But I surely learned my mistake. Yeah, it's very hard to save money when you only get paid one time a month and you have to buy other stuff. I have car insurance to pay. I buy my food. I buy my dog's food. I take care of my dog with that money. I buy water. I do not have running water in the shed in my tent. Of course, I live outside. I don't have running water in there. I do have electric in there, but there's no running water. So therefore, I buy bottled water, and I buy the gallons of water to make coffee with for a coffee pot or cook with. So I do have stuff that I pay, and I also give my daughter a certain amount of money towards her electric bill because I do use her electric. I cook with, my toaster oven. I make coffee with the coffee pot. I have a few fans in there for me and the dog inside the tent. Yeah. But I've been doing well, and tomorrow, finally, after a year, I have a doctor's appointment. I did have a doctor's appointment set up, and then when I first called the doctors out here, because I just moved out here from Rome, New York, which is about 2 hours away, to be closer to my daughter because she's my next of kin, and if anything happens, I figured I'd be close to her for her to take care of whatever I need taken care of and somebody to take care of my dog. When I first moved out here, I tried to make an appointment for the doctors close to here, and they said 7 months. So I made the appointment, waited 7 months, and then 7 months came up, and I called them to confirm the appointment. They go, "We ain't got no appointment for you." And then they gave me my phone number. I says, "Well, how do you got my phone number?" "Well, it must have been from before." "No, lady, I didn't live out here for 20 years. I lived in another city, okay? I didn't live here. Never been to your place before. You got my number because you did schedule an appointment for me and just didn't put it in the computer. You just put my number in the computer." So I had to reschedule, and they made it for another 6 months. So it's been over a year. I've been trying to stretch out my heart pills because I'm on heart pills, beta blockers, to kind of prevent me from having a heart attack. I could still have a heart attack even with the pills, but without them it'd probably be even worse. Plus I'm on medications for diabetes type 2, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. Of course, some of that stuff went down because I did lose weight. When I first moved out here, I weighed 240 pounds, and now I'm down to 179, mainly from mowing the lawn. And it takes me a couple hours to mow this lawn. I do it for my daughter and her husband because they work Monday through Friday. They work a lot. And I do it for the exercise and for something to do, especially now since I'm trying to save money. It's hard to go anywhere and then not spend any money, you know. It's hard not to do anything, so I like to mow and, you know, get the exercise in, and it gives me something to do. Yeah. So tomorrow's my doctor's appointment. Finally, I can get my medicine. I have had medicine, but I've been kind of skipping days and trying to stretch it out over the year. My old doctor did give me prescriptions for up to a year, but then they ran out, kind of. So I've been trying to stretch them out. So at least now, tomorrow, I won't have to worry about that, because I'll be having enough prescriptions for what I need to take for my heart and my blood pressure and cholesterol and things like that. So that's a good thing, but I just wanted to give everybody an update. I hope you are all doing well. If you have any topics or anything you want me to talk about on my YouTube station, you can always leave a comment down below. I answer all comments as long as I see them. Sometimes I will check my comments and I will see comments that I missed or didn't see because YouTube didn't send me a notification, and I will, you know, reply to your comments. So please, if you're not subscribed yet, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below. I would like to get to 3,000 subscribers, and maybe do a giveaway at 3,000 subscribers, some type of giveaway, either an Amazon gift card or maybe Amazon snack pack or something like that at 3,000 subscribers. So if you can help me get there, please share my channel out and watch my previous videos and see what the channel is all about. I love to talk about different topics. If you have something that you would like to talk about, or you want to vent, even if you just want to vent on my channel, leave it in the comments down below and I will reply to you. See you in my next video.